Making money with AI is a video game. And when you're able to see it this way, you can stop stressing out, overthinking, and trying to make everything perfect. And instead, you can just enjoy the process, play the game, and reach the highest levels. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but you should always be learning, enjoying the process, and gaining more experience. And if you ever felt stuck, it's probably because you're trying to skip levels when you should be leveling up in a specific order. Otherwise, you're just not gonna have a strong foundation. And in this video, I wanna show you how you can go from level 1, literally 0 experience, no audience, nobody knows who you are, 0 in revenue, all the way to making more than $10,000 per month. Now, I personally started as a regular sales employee working in Silicon Valley. And at the time, I had no idea what I was doing. I just quit my job and I was just figuring it out as I went. And now I make over $100,000 per month while building my business here in Vietnam. And the best part is, as I run my business, I have the time and freedom to travel to another country every other month. I get to train Muay Thai like 5 times a week, and I do all of this without burning out and really just enjoy my life like a video game. And of course, I'm gonna show you the quickest path on how to build a profitable one-person business using AI. And first, let's start with level 1, where we're gonna help you find your unique business idea, especially if you're starting from 0. So like I said before, you want to think of using AI almost like you're playing a video game. So if you ever seen the movie Ready Player One, the guy logs in, he sees all these like crazy things happening, and he sees a lot of higher level players with a ton of money. So when you're a beginner, you got nothing, right? Nobody knows who you are. You don't really have much skills, no proof. And it's kind of hard to get started. But you don't want to compare yourself to other people who have been playing the game for a long time, because in the beginning, everybody starts from 0, and that's okay. So at this point, you probably have already heard of Claude, right? You probably have already downloaded it, but you're probably just using it like almost a Google. Going onto Claude, asking questions, getting an answer, and you're not really sure how to actually use it to start a business. So I want to guide you through the easiest way to actually get started in building a profitable one-person business, and ideally sign your clients in 30 days. And one of my clients, Brandon, I went through this entire process with him, and I basically helped him go from practically 0 to making $10,000 per month, even though he didn't have much of a personal brand. He didn't even know what to sell yet. And with this process I'm about to show you, I hope to give you the same crystal clear clarity that allowed him to sign 3 clients, each one worth a couple $1,000s to get to that 10K mark in literally less than 30 days. Now, to start things off, the first thing you need to understand is you need to create an offer. To go a little deeper on what an offer is, it's essentially asking 3 important questions. What is it that you sell? Who do you sell it to? And what price do you sell it at? If you solve this triangle here, this offer triangle, then you're gonna be going in the right direction. The reason why most people fail is because they don't know what they're selling, they don't know who they should be selling it to, and they have no idea how to price. And if you don't get this part right, it doesn't matter how many outbound you send, how many emails you send, LinkedIn messages, or how much pieces of content you create, you're not gonna make any money if your offer is not good. Now, since we are talking about how to make money with AI, I will tell you the easiest way to make money with AI right now, in my opinion, is selling an AI-powered service. You might be wondering, what exactly is an AI-powered service? Fair question. It's pretty simple. You basically just take any service a human already does, whether it's outbound cold email, SEO, writing blogs, sales, doing some kind of marketing, building funnels, right? These are things that have always been around. And then what you do is you get Claude. You can use other models as well, but I recommend using Claude to do about 90% of the work for you. So if you take a service a human already does, you combine it with using Claude to do the work, and you're managing 10% of it to make sure it's good, you can sell this AI power service to businesses to $2,000 a month, to $5,000 a month, even more than that, depending on the value you provide. Now, to show you how well this works in the market right now, I want to share an example with my client, Sandy. Now, 6 months ago, she didn't know anything about AI. She just downloaded Claude, and she definitely didn't know anything about SEO. And what she did was she went on Upwork, and every day she just looked at the new job postings on Upwork, and she found this client. They were looking for someone to create these SEO blogs for their app. She had no experience doing this, but she made them a Loom video, said like, hey, I would be happy to jump on a call with you. They actually got on the call, and then she just pitched them on this idea of, hey, I'm gonna make these blogs for you. She had no idea what she was doing. She never done it before. She didn't even know what to charge. So she booked them a second meeting to like pitch them. And before the second meeting, we got on a call, right? So me and Sandy, we had a conversation, and I was like, yeah, I think you can probably sell them for $3,000. She took my advice, went back to the client, sold them for $3K, and that's how she got her first client selling her AI powered services. Now, what's crazy is because Claude is doing 90% of the work, she basically just asked Claude like, okay, like what am I supposed to do now? And then she set up a simple system to create these blogs. And in the first like month or two, she increased their SEO traffic by 1,000%. So it was doing so well that they bumped her pay to $5,500 per month. And she still has them as a client even to this day. And she literally spends like 20 minutes a day on this, and she's making like more than 5K a month on this. It's crazy. And she had no experience with AI, no experience with SEO, but this is the opportunity that is here. Now, of course, from here, you're probably thinking, okay, well, how do I create my own AI powered service? And I'm going to give you a Claude skill. So here's how it's going to work. In the link in the description, I have a Claude skills pack. You want to download this. So you're going to get a bundle of my Claude skills that I'm going to be using throughout the video. The first one we're going to use is going to be the business idea generator. So once you download it, you double click it, it will install into your Claude in 10 seconds. All you got to do is go into your Claude. I recommend using Codework, and you type in /PD AI business idea generator, and you say, hey, help me find my business idea, and then you press enter. It's going to ask you a series of questions to understand your skills, knowledge, and experience, what you love, what you're interested in, your passions, what actually makes money, and it will help you find a unique idea specifically for you. So in this example, I went ahead and did one for you where I got a potential client and I said, okay, they're interested in marketing, they want to do SEO, and specifically, you know, they're interested in helping, let's say, consumer brands rank on ChatGPT and Claude. All right, so this is actually a very interesting new use case that I think is a sellable idea. So the idea here is basically, you know, let's say there's a lot of mattress companies, right? And they're trying to make it so that when someone types in, what is the best mattress to sleep on? Which one's the most non-toxic? And they want their brand to rank on Claude and ChatGPT so that people click the link and eventually they buy. So this is like a new field that a lot of people are doing right now. So in this example, Claude went ahead and created an idea where it's like, okay, I'm gonna help wellness brands get cited on ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexities in the next 90 days, right? It's a booming market. It's growing like crazy. You wanna be in a market where there's high growth, obviously, right? Because there's not much competitors. We're growing like 400% year over year, you know, and there's no one who's an expert because we're all just getting started, right? It kind of has an offer triangle of what to sell, who to sell it to, what pricing you can charge for this kind of offer. And then it goes into specific details of exactly like what, who, pricing, who are the competitors, what kind of content you should make for your personal brand if you sold this. So it gives you a really in-depth report, right? I'm gonna use this as an example throughout the whole video, but I want you to understand this. Once you go through this yourself, you're gonna have your own ideas of what you could potentially do, and then you can follow along and go through the entire exercise with me here. So again, if you wanna get that Claude skills pack and all the other skills I'm gonna mention in this video, check the link in the description to get that for free. Now, if you're looking to dive deeper into the topic of building your one-person business using AI, I invite you to a free 3-day live training I have coming up. On this training, we're gonna show you how to pick your profitable business idea using some of my best AI strategies, specifically an idea that fits your unique skills, knowledge, and experience. We're also gonna show you how to get in front of clients, what should you actually be messaging them, and how to build a personal brand to get them to come to you, and most importantly, how to actually close. And I'm gonna be doing live sales demonstrations to show you step by step on how you can do this too. So if you want to join this live training, make sure to check the link in the description to sign up. Last time we had over 1,000 people sign up and we had to actually cap it. So you want to make sure that you reserve your spot before we run out. Now we're going to get into level 2. You have the business idea. The next obvious step is to actually learn how to deliver on that idea. So for me, I work with a lot of people who are starting from zero. And the thing they often get hung up on and it paralyzes them and they never take action is they think they need the perfect service, right? Or the perfect product. They keep planning, they keep thinking, doing research, and they end up not getting any clients. So it's very important to understand this. You want to focus on selling first, even if what you have is not perfect, and you can build it all later once you get the money. Don't think you need to build the perfect service. Sell it first and then build based on what the client wants. Now, if you just want a basic MVP to show the client before they sign to give them confidence, that's totally fine. But I would say just spend 1 or 2 days on this. So this is the process I'm gonna show you, building like an MVP. Back to the idea of selling an AI powered service. The beauty of selling a service versus like a true product is that a service is just a promise. You're saying, hey, I'm gonna get you this result. I'm gonna do these things for you, and then you're gonna pay me. And it doesn't actually matter whether you use AI or not, they just care about the results. But obviously in today's day and age, you want to be using AI because it does 90% of the work, right? How you actually deliver on services is so simple. You want to create your own Claude skills. So similar to how I created the Claude skill for you to generate your business idea, you need to generate your own Claude skills to deliver on whatever it is that you promised. How do you create a skill? You just go into your Claude, you type in /skill creator, right? Every person has this when they download Claude, it's automatic. And then you can say, hey, create me a new skill specifically to help, let's say, these direct to consumer brands rank on these, ChatGPT and Claude and things like that. I created a new skill, which I just showed you how to do. And I say, hey, help me run an analysis for the brand Birch mattress. I want to help them rank on Claude and ChatGPT. And if you don't know Birch, they're essentially a mattress company. You're paying like, $1,000 or so for one of these mattresses. And they have all these benefits on why they're better than all the other mattresses, right? So the goal here is that I want to create a service where I'm going to help them rank on these AI tools so that they make more money. So once I use this skill, what happens is it's going to generate a report. So the end report looks like this. It's like, all right, Birch mattress. The visibility score for this brand on all the LLMs, so all the AI tools like Claude and ChatGPT, is like 31 out of 100, meaning it sucks, right? The category leader is avocado mattresses. They're doing way better, right? So you take this to Birch and you're like, hey dude, avocado's like beating you out. Like, don't you want to make more money and rank on these AI tools? And they're going to be like, yeah, of course. So this specific tool gives you a scorecard of like, okay, where's the opportunity? And then it kind of goes in depth of, this is what basically the business owner and the team would want to see in order to believe that you can deliver on the services. Because once they understand the problems and where the opportunity is, then you can actually do the work and rank them on all these LLMs. Now, something important to understand about skills is that when you're starting out and you're trying to make your first $10,000 per month, you really only need like 1 to 3 skills that are pretty decent in order to get the job done. So if it's helping people rank on SEO or on Claude or ChatGPT, 1 to 3 skills that will help you do the work is fine. It'll get you like 50 to 70% of the way. And then you as a human have to do like the rest of the work in order to make it good, which is fine. It's good enough to get your first client, to get to your first couple clients and get to your first 10K. Now, as you start leveling up and you build like true automations, you actually need like 20 skills to do one job. And each skill needs to be super specific. Like one does the research, one does the writing, one does, the graphics or whatever it is you're doing, right? It needs to be as specific as possible. So starting out, that's going to get too complicated. It's going to go over your head. You just need to create 1 to 3 skills. But as you start getting more clients, as you make your first 10K, then understand that if you want a true full automation, you're going to need like dozens and dozens of skills, each one being specific at a specific job. So when you get Claude to do majority of the work, right? When you deliver the work, you can send it as a report, show the results, you can get on the call with the person, and that's really effective. Like a PDF report, one-on-one call, you get paid, it's like the bare minimum. As you get more advanced, you want to do things like creating live dashboards, allowing people to log in, see the results, see what's happening, right? Give you feedback. Because when you create these kind of like almost like software-like experiences, it keeps them paying, because if they leave, they won't be able to have everything so visual on a dashboard and so customized for them. And let me show you how this actually works. Now, to take it a step further, what you can actually do is you can use tools like Base 44 on top of Claude. So the way I think about it is Claude is kind of like the brain. It actually does all the work for you. If you want to create like dashboards and websites, Base 44 is actually a really good place to deploy, all this stuff that Claude is doing for you. So for example, I'm taking the report that I created, crunching all the numbers, showing where the opportunity is. So I basically can say, hey, go into my Base 44 account and deploy the data that I have from Claude, which they just gave me, into a dashboard. So what ends up happening is I actually just get Claude to build the whole thing for me. This is what they call vibe coding, right? Because I'm not really building it myself. I'm just telling Claude to talk to another app, Base 44, and it builds the whole thing. It basically has a style that I like, which is like dark mode, orange, white text, and then it's just kind of doing everything for me, right? And then it creates all the navigations and all that kind of stuff, and it puts all the data I had from the report inside this dashboard. So if I were to try to sell this to a business and I said, hey, if you work with me, not only will I get you the result and ranking you for, these keywords and whatever, you're going to have a dashboard where you can log in, you can see all the results of everything. You can see how you're doing relative to your competitors. And then we can see also the action plans of everything that we need to get done in order for you to continue to rank and get more traffic. And best of all, we're going to be tracking the results very carefully. So that if you're spending money with me, you can definitely see a return on investment in terms of how many mattresses you sell. So again, building these kind of dashboards on a platform like Base44 makes it really easy to visualize all the work that you're doing. And Base44 is really good for building landing pages as well. So you can see one that I'm building right now for a webinar sign up. And dude, it just pretty much did it all for me without, me knowing how to code and anything like that, right? And just so you know, like when you build something on Claude actually can't like put it on a website. It doesn't really have that feature. You actually have to build something on Claude, then you have to use a tool like Base44 to actually make it live so people can log in, click on it, and things like that. So it's not Claude versus Base44, it's how you use them together. And Base44 is a partner for this video, so if you want to give them a try, check the link in the description to check it out. So now that we understand how to get your business idea and how to deliver on these AI-powered services, let's talk about lead generation, meaning how do you actually get in front of someone who is able and willing to buy your AI-powered services. For AI-powered services and you're starting out, there's really two methods to get clients and get in front of people so that you actually can have an opportunity to sell. The first thing is content, right? Creating content, building a personal brand so that people trust you and that they come to you. Now, the second way, which is easier to get your first client, let's say in the next 14 days, is gonna be outreach. Whether it's on Upwork, cold email, LinkedIn, the platform doesn't really matter. You just have to get good at least at one of them. And the whole goal of whether it's content, personal branding, or outreach is actually just to get them on a call so that you can sell them. Now, I've already talked about Sandy's experience in just using Upwork, literally just going on new job postings and literally sending as many messages as she can in order to get a meeting. The other method I would recommend is actually using LinkedIn. And it's pretty simple because one of my clients, Allison, she actually quit her 9-to-5 job, went all in to build her AI business, helping businesses automate their ERP system, so like inventory management. And she just started hitting up people in Canada cold. She didn't really have much experience, no testimonials, no proof. And she would just cold DM them on LinkedIn, following the framework I gave her. And just this month, she messaged me and she said, hey, she closed this client for 23K, keep the system going. And then she closed another deal for 28K as well. And I think there's a recurring on top of that. So absolutely, just from her experience alone, like I know this absolutely works even when you don't have much testimonials or proof. So all you got to do is this: you create a LinkedIn account, you optimize your profile, just make it look good. It doesn't have to be that fancy, to be honest. And then you connect with 200 people per week. Okay. You just send them a connection request, people you think would be interested in buying your services. You're going to get about 40% accept. And then from the 40% that accept, you just DM every single one and you follow up 3 times. When you do it the right way, you're saying the right thing, people will book a call. And then on the call, you actually sell them. Now, in order for you to increase the odds someone actually responds to you, I created a free skill for you. It's called the List Builder skill. So it's in the Claude skills pack that I put a link in the description. Once you install it, you use the PD list builder and you just say, hey, build me a list of 10 companies who are likely to buy my offer. And Claude already knows what your offer is because if you use my other skill, the business idea generator, it has all the context. And the most important thing is when you're building the list, you need to get Claude to scan the internet to find the signals of why someone would actually need your services. So after I ran the skill, what it's going to do is it's going to give me 10 prospects. Once you get 10 right, you can ask it to give you 100 prospects, 1,000 prospects, right? You start small first, make sure it works, then you scale. Then it's actually going to give you the indicators on what data it should be looking for that would increase the odds someone would buy this offer. So again, we're selling like the whole like AI SEO kind of thing. So the indicators are, okay, they're not visible on these platforms. Competitors are doing well, ranks on Google SEO, but it's not really good when it comes to GEO, which is the, ChatGPT and Claude SEO, right? So it's like all these different indicators, right? So if they check all the boxes, chances are they're probably interested in your services. And from there, it's going to give each person a score on how likely they are to purchase your offer. And then you can get the company, you can get the contacts, you can get their LinkedIn and all that stuff. And then you start reaching out to them. And the reason why they would respond to you, even though you don't have much experience, is if you're entering a new market, especially like something related to AI, there's not really that much competitors right now. So if you show that, hey, you have a problem, I did the research that it's pretty obvious you want to do this, I have the solution, how about we jump on a call? It's not really hard selling, it's just agitating a problem, showing you have some kind of solution, and just getting them to have a conversation. And that's it, because they just don't know anybody else. So my clients like Allison that I just showed you, Sandy, for example, even though they didn't really have much experience in the things that they sold, the thing is there's just not much competition if you're doing something related to AI, specifically AI power services. And so now that you understand the whole process of lead generation, let's talk about how to actually close the deal once somebody gets on the call. In order to sell, I have this visual for you to make it so easy, so obvious. This is what I've used to literally take people from zero, no experience to sell, no experience in sales, to closing deals that are like $10,000 plus for one client even, right? So on the left side, you have your prospect. There's somebody who are in pain. Let's say they want to rank on ChatGPT. They want to get more visibility. They want to make money, right? Typically for most business owners, if you're going B2B, they want to make money, save time, save money. So your offer needs to solve one of those problems, right? Now, what is their dream outcome? Again, make money, save time, right? They want to get to the other side. They want to make more money. They want to save time. They want to be successful in their business. The problem is there's going to be all these challenges that prevent them from getting them what they want, right? So there's a body of water here. Do they jump across? Do they swim across? Maybe they're just not confident. There's so many reasons why someone can't achieve the goal. When you're selling your services, meaning let's say, hey, I'm going to rank you on Claude, so you're going to make a ton of money. You're essentially selling your vehicle, which is your unique method to get them to the other side. Technically, you can sell any vehicle you want. You can sell some kind of SEO services, GEO services, like helping them rank on ChatGPT. It could be running ads. It could be helping build their personal brand. The service itself is actually irrelevant. It's all about just helping them get to their desired outcome and to the other side. So if you're actually good at sales, you just convince them that your way is the best way, and that is why they buy. Now, to even put in some urgency into that, you want to make doing nothing painful. Because a lot of times when my clients get on a call with people, the client might be interested and they'll say, let me think about it. That means they don't have urgency, right? They think about it, then it's months, and then nothing happens. So you also, when you're on the sales call, you need to make them feel the cost of doing nothing. So if I was selling these, SEO, GEO services, I could say, hey, all your competitors are already doing this. They're ranking, they're getting a lot of clicks, and right now it's just like an open field. And even though, ChatGPT and Claude is popular now, 2 years from now, it's going to be like 10 times bigger. So wouldn't you want to start building your rankings now before your competitors come? And from their perspective, what are they going to think? Oh yeah, dude, if we don't get started now, like everyone's going to beat us out, then it's going to be too late, it's going to be too hard and too expensive. So I might as well just work with Patrick. He's going to take care of the whole thing and get me to the other side, right? You want to make it as painful as possible. And if you make them believe that you're the best person to get the job done, they will buy. And again, when it comes to AI services, it's not really about who has the most testimonials. It's really more like business owners are actually very emotional. Decision makers, executives at companies are also very emotional. So if you just tap into the pains of why they can't do it by themselves, right? All the challenges that they have, the body of water, and just show them you have a very fast, easy, cost-effective way to get them to the other side and make them a ton of money, they will go with you. They're not even going to shop around because they're so emotionally bought into you. That's how I'm able to get Brandon to making more than $10,000 per month. Sandy makes $40,000 a month. Allison just closed 50K in deals in the last month, right? And they all follow this same exact technique. So there you have it. That's the entire full guide on how you go from level 1 all the way to $10,000 per month and beyond as a one-person business. Now, even if I give you the entire playbook, you might run into some challenges. For example, how do you know if your offer is even good? What if you create content and nobody watches? Or maybe what if you send some LinkedIn messages and nobody responds? How can you expect someone to pay you money if you cannot solve these issues? So if you need help with that, you have 2 options from here. Number 1, you need to definitely sign up for my free 3-day live training where I'm going to show you how to find your business idea, how to reach out to clients, and how to close them. To sign up, I put a link in the description. And option number 2 is actually to book a call with me and my team where we will walk you through an entire custom plan on how we can help you do this. Either way, don't make this a video where you just watch it, click off, and go back to your everyday life. The only difference between the people that succeed and you is that the ones that did just got started. Now, if you want to watch another YouTube video, check out this one right here where I show you some of the best businesses you can start using AI.